Hey guys, it's me, Blue. I apologize for my voice. You are going to be hearing a lot deeper. And for my nose, because I've had a bad cold. I've had a really bad cold for like the last week, which is why, well, not the last week, but for the all weekend. Which is why I didn't get a video up on Monday, because Monday I pretty much slept for 12 hours. Like, it was really insane. So, um, here's some stuff that's going on in the world right now. Oh, in my world right now. Somebody started this really bogus account on Twitter and bashed a lot of people I know, a lot of really good booktubers, and basically said that the reason that he or she was going into debt was because of us, because she watched BookTube. And it was nice that we all had money to burn, and she couldn't live like that. And so we're like, we're not forcing you to watch our channels. We're not forcing you to buy books. And so it got me thinking, like, I use my library all the time, but I've never done a library haul. And today I happened to get a really good library haul. Like, I got a phone call saying, yeah, you've got 4 books, and I only wound up taking 2. And because I've already read the other before I got them. But because of that, I wound up getting other books and even magazines that I never thought I would get. So I'm super excited to share with you what I'm going to be reading this next week, even though it's technically Wednesday. The other thing is that I really wanted to do today, and that I'm probably going to record and then upload tomorrow, is I have a super booktuber. I thought I had, okay, honestly, I thought she had a lot more subscribers than I did. And she's right around par with me, which is really exciting. But she's so good. She's so good. So I kind of want to, give her some props and send her some love for tomorrow. So here we go. I have so many books around me. It's kind of crazy. Okay. First thing I want to talk about is Book Battle. Like I talked about last week, or like I talked about on Friday, I've been doing the Book Battle. I am 3 books in on my Book Battle. I am super excited because there are so many different things. Like I said, I'm on Team Artemis, and I have to read something that is related to my team, my goddess. And my goddess is the goddess of the hunt and also goddess of the moon. So because of that, I get to choose one of those 2 books. And so I chose 2 because I have no idea which one I wanted to do, whether I wanted to do the moon or the hunt. So I kind of fell in love with both of these covers, and I'm probably going to read them both because I totally love them. One of the club reads is City of Bones, and I've already read the City of Bones. So I chose instead to do the second in the series, which is the City of Ashes. I'm not a big fan of the series of the Mortal Instruments. I know a lot of people are. I tried to get into the movie. I got 10 minutes into the movie and went, So I read a book. But I wasn't a big fan of the books. Like, I found it really, I don't know whether I just didn't like them or whether they just weren't my cup of tea. Maybe they might be better because I'm stretching myself more now. Excuse me. I have to take a drink. I'm so sorry. I have to drink more fluids because my throat. Anyway, because I don't know. Maybe they'll be better now because I'm stretching myself more and I'm reading more of my little cozy mystery comfort zone. I don't know. One of the other things I need to read for the Book Battle is a reread. Not a reread, sorry, a retelling of a Greek myth. And so I actually did a Google search that was Greek myth retellings. And like, here are the top 11. And I was like, okay. And some of them, like, I kind of went, not up my alley. And then I found this one. And this is called Sweet Venom. And it's based on, it reminds me a little bit of the Charmed idea, that there are 3 sisters who don't really know each other, but they meet up. And so there's Grace, Gretchen, and Greer. And they're 3 descendants of Gorgons. So I'm kind of excited. That's why it kind of looks a little bit like the Medusa hair. Like, that's why they show her braid, because it looks a little bit like snakes. So I'm super excited to get into that. I've already started it. I'm not very far into it, but that's going to be my retelling of the Greek myth. I have a magazine. You guys don't need to see that. It's just me being really into crafts. I have to show this off because I haven't finished it yet, but I'm working on it. My daughter needs new mittens, and I'm making her new mittens because she needs mittens. The other thing I need to do is I need to read a mythology book, and I was supposed to, I don't think it matters what kind of mythology, as long as it's mythology. And so after my wonderful friend Sarah at the library looked and looked and looked, we finally came out with this one, which I kind of love because I know Celts are primarily Ireland, and I'm more Gaelic on the Scottish side, but it is a really cool mythos, so I'm excited to get into that one. What else am I reading? Check the bag. Check the library bag. Oh, I finished Scythe, and I was so excited, and so I was going to order Thunderhead, and I didn't even have to because we had it at my local library. Yay, local libraries. So I'm super excited to get into that. I really liked Scythe a lot. So I'm excited to get into the second part of the book. And finally, I need this for so many different prompts. Like I need the, one of the Goodread books has the, oh shoot, what is that? See, now I have to look this up because I'm trying to remember the prompt and I'm not remembering it off the top of my head. And it's some kind of detective. Really should have put this in order. An amateur detective. That's what it is. So I need an amateur detective for Pop Sugar, and I need, there's a couple of other prompts I need for other things, and of course I need a murder mystery for Book Battle. And so I love Betty Hechtman. I think her cozy mysteries are amazing. A cup of coffee and some cookies and a good crochet novel is all I need. And the best part about this is, at the end of all her novels, she has, I'm so excited. She has crochet patterns. She's got the crochet pattern, and then she's got recipes. And these ones, Molly's double chocolate cookie bars. No, I have so much happiness right now. So I'm excited for that. And there's any kind of hobby you can imagine has a cozy mystery for it. There's ones for tea, there's ones for knitting, there's ones for embroidery, there's ones for, I'm pretty sure there's ones for writing, there's probably ones for books too. It's just, if you can think of a hobby, there's probably a cozy mystery for it. It's so cute. Anyway, I have other books that are not connected in any way to anything, but they're still on my table. Oh, this one. I beg your pardon. I have to read a book with dragons, and I own this one, but I can't find it anywhere, and it's one of my favorites. And I thought it was a one-shot, and then I was in the library, and they're like, no, it's a whole series. So I'm so excited because even though I own the first one, I don't own any of the other ones. So I'm gonna reread the first one because I need a book with dragons. And this will go a long way for my Golden Trio one, which is my Harry Potter, Flourish and Blots, not sure. Someone leave a comment, Anyway, so for the Golden Trio, I need something with an animal or to do with mythical animals. I just finished a book. Like I said, I got into a book on this past week, and I just finished it. I actually finished 2 books this weekend. One of them was The Tattooist of Auschwitz, which I really, really, really loved. I consumed. That's what I'm saying now. It was an audiobook, so I consumed this book. But I consumed Radium Girls last year, and there were so many details that it kind of got to the point that I was kind of cringing at how much damage was being done to these poor, I'm sorry, I am fiddling like crazy, trying not to touch my nose. But because I had read that one, and I actually, for one of my novels, I did a whole bunch of research on Auschwitz, and I found out where it was, and some of the things that had been done there. And I don't know if that's the reason why this wasn't as difficult for me to listen to, even though it was so harsh. The author did not sugarcoat anything. But on top of that, they didn't also like really go into graphic detail what was seen, and I really appreciated that. So that being said, I finished the Tattooist of Auschwitz, excuse me, and then I finished Charms for a Better Life, and that one was, it was interesting. I don't want to say it was good because it was really kind of dry, but it did have its moments. There was one really funny part, and you'll just have to read it because I don't want to give away spoilers. But it was kind of dry because it did only take place in like the lifespan of one woman, but it was really fascinating the way it was written. Like, I couldn't even go into detail. Like, it's really an interesting read. That there's like a lot of, I apologize, I'm squinting a lot. There's a lot of interesting stuff in it. It's very like apothecary, natural medicine, a little bit of superstition, but it is still really, really good. So I heartfully recommend it if that kind of thing challenges you. And I am looking for the movie. If you know where I can find the movie, I'm checking on Amazon. I'm even checking on YouTube. I've checked my local library. I'm looking for it. Even if I have to find it on VHS, I will find a VCR. Like, I'm desperately looking for this, so we'll have to see. I think that's it for me. I have gone on for 11 and a half minutes, and I have a lot of reading to do, as you can tell, and I really want to get into that sweet Venom. So yeah, kind of excited to get into that. So I will see you all of you hopefully on Friday, if not tomorrow, and support your local library. Knowledge is power. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.